bean and corn wonton cups. Now we've talked about this before, the wonton wraps, which we carry Melissa's brand down in the produce department against the wall. They come in little squares like this. I think we'd made a dessert the last time, so that we're going to fill them this time. And instead of being flat, we're going to put them in a little muffin tin. They come apart easily. There we go. And I like to leave them out a little bit so they soften. Nothing's going to happen to them, but they soften up a little bit and you don't get any tearing or put your fingernail through them or whatever. You're just going to kind of push them into the cups. Now, I have never, when I've done this before, and I have made thousands of these, sprayed the pan because they're really nothing to stick, and they release, they just pop right out. I think this recipe calls for 36. We're just going to see 12. But you can put, I like to do this because you can put all sorts of things in here. I used to have a tea room, and this was one of my favorite things to use, and I used to put, after they were baked, spread them with apple jelly and put a little fruit in it. Became a fruit cup, or you can put a mixture of sausage or whatever, chicken salad. You can bake them like this. I always like to bake them a little bit before, if you were going to put something hot in them, so they don't get soggy when you put the stuff in it. Okay, but you can see they're real easy to put in. Okay, can everybody see that? And you kind of want to push them to the sides of the muffin tin so they don't kind of fold in. But that's all we're going to do, and we're going to stick this in the oven. I've got it set at 350. Okay. Phyllo dough comes frozen, and when you use phyllo, it's very thin. It's much thinner than this. And so when you're using that, plus it's also hard to work with. Now, you can't leave these out for very long because they dry out. But with phyllo, you would lay the sheet out and then brush it with a butter and put some breadcrumbs if you were making something savory, or some sugar if you weren't, and then just layered it like that, and it comes. I'd like to do some phyllo stuff because there's a lot that you can do. Okay. Now for the filling, we're gonna use, and again, I like the color of the frozen corn, so I just substituted the canned corn for the frozen, and I just use the same amount because you know how I hate having a little bit left over. And since we're not baking, it's not going to make any difference. Okay. So we've got our corn, our black beans, which we've drained. I put them back all in the can, same way they came out. Our salsa, which was just the Food Club brand. Okay, we've got a little chili powder and a little cumin. And we've got some cilantro, which we're going to chop up. Ooh, we'll use a big knife tonight. Okay. And again, remember, we roll it in a really tight little ball, as tight as you can get it. Keep the blade of the knife down on the cutting board. Keep your fingers rolled under, so you don't have any fingernails in this. That'd be gross. And no talking when you're doing this. Looking up. All right. That's pretty good. And this makes a nice little appetizer thing or a little side dish. If you wanted to make bigger ones, you could get the egg roll wrappers instead of the wontons are small, the egg rolls are big, and you could put them into a regular size muffin cup and we do the same thing. All right, I think we've got everything in there. And this is a really simple filling. And that's it. Perfect. And as you can see, these getting a little toasty. They're not real hard yet, and they come out. Well, those two are stuck together, but they come out really easy when they're not sticking to each other. But you can see they pop right out. And if you were going to rebake in these, you'd want them, a little bit underdone, because you're going to redo them, and so you don't want the edges to get really black. And like I said, these just come out like this. They're all nice and hard. You don't want them done too much, just because you don't want them brown and nasty looking. It looks like I'm what? You don't. This is sort of a bean salad. You only bake the wonton things. That's why, for the summer or whatever, when I was doing this, it sounded like a good idea. Oops. And then we can put a little bit of, we gotta have one more. We can't do an even number. There we go. That's fun because these are all different shapes. Okay, and we can just put a little. Now you could get really fancy and put this in a pastry bag, I guess, with a star tip, and then you got to clean the pastry bag. Okay. This is just as good. A little dollop of sour cream. And then if you wanted to put a little cilantro on there, a little leaf. There you've got your, now I am not going to demonstrate how I can fit one of these in my mouth in one bite, but because see, people are watching, so it would take two. Okay, then here's our, what do we call them? Black bean and corn wonton cups. Oops. Oh.